Hello, Illuminati Mystics. No decks. I might break out some tarot later, but honestly, right now, don't really feel like it. Sorry. I've had a low energy couple days, and it's late as fuck already. I don't know why I am like this, but I am. And this is also why I don't schedule jack shit. So, yeah, that's about that. Just kicking it, you know? You're just not gonna say anything?
Me, I was wondering when
I wasn't
it was
even
ready
talking
for
about
me
you. I
to.
was talking about whoever's watching and
Shoot,
just
when y'all gonna
silence.
say something? I'm about to say, like, shoot, should I be saying something right now? Cause I'm about to say it is late as fuck, and
Hey, you
whoever
up?
is trying, is that
That's the title, yeah.
yeah, whoever is fucking up right now.
Somebody's watching me. Like, just, nothing? Okay. That's cool. That's awkward, isn't
They're
it?
like, yeah, duh, I'm up. You can see that I'm up. Well, make some kind of indication that you're up.
That's what I'm saying.
Besides.
I'm like, hi, we're just chatting.
Besides
You don't
you
want to
breathing,
chat?
basically you just saying that you're on. Here I am.
They have total anonymity, though. Anonymity. I sound like Nemo. Anemone. Sea anemone. Sea anemone. Is that it? Is that what he tries to say?
See an enemy? No.
Sea, like S-E-A, like in Finding Nemo. Sea anemone. Isn't he? Doesn't he? He's fucking it up. Is that what it is?
I think he just says anemone.
I'm saying the real, like, how do you actually, like, pronounce it? Anemone?
Yeah, it's.
Sea anemone?
No, I don't think it starts with an S or a C.
Sea as in the sea.
Right. I think it starts with an A. Anemone.
I know it does, but it's a C, like S-E-A,
I get
space, anemone.
Who says that?
Nemo.
No.
Yeah, he goes a sea anemone.
No.
And also because they're in the sea, I think there are maybe different anemone. I can't say it unless I say sea first, okay? I have to say the whole phrase.
I think you're
It's
just
very
making
difficult.
that up.
I
Look,
did not
here
make
is.
it up, though.
Here it is, real quick.
No. Just stop.
Because if he doesn't say it, then I'm just like, I want to know
I'm
what he
sorry, I
says.
haven't seen Finding Nemo in like 25 years or whatever the fuck. Okay, that was a very bold exaggeration, but 15, you
Look,
know?
it even says it in the title.
Okay,
Anemone.
cool. I am not a Finding Nemo expert. I am aware of that.
You
But
said C though.
It's still a phrase. It's
really?
still
That's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
I never heard that before.
Look that up.
You today.
Look that up.
C.
You want to look shit up? Look that shit up. You know.
Anemone.
Because it lives in the, it's like a thing, yeah.
Where else to?
Beach. That's what I'm saying. I actually don't know if there's like other types of anemones or not. Maybe. Is there? I don't know. Oh, it's a plant? Did you know that?
Like coral, right?
No, in the sea. But like, if it's not in the sea, then it's just a regular air-breathing plant?
Oh.
Or no? It just says plant on there, so I wasn't sure.
That's why it's called sea anemone.
Because they have earth ones?
Right.
That is so cool. We learned something new already. It hadn't even been 5 minutes. You're welcome.
Just like I was learning the difference between permanent
Oh my
flipping.
God, can we not revisit that, please?
But like literally it's the same.
But this I care about.
Right.
What can you do?
Try not to be an asshole to the rest of the fucking internet. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
It's okay. Hashtag Gemini things. Don't make me feel bad, 'cause I know. Well, Matt Berry all day, every fucking single day. Amazing.
Oh my gosh. The anatomy of a sea anemone is funny.
The anatomy of a sea anemone.
Tentacles, mouth, retracting muscles,
Okay.
gonads,
Okay.
a conchial,
Conch, the magic conch.
conchial filaments,
Okay.
pedal disc,
To move. Instead of like a fin, it's a little tiny pedal. I think.
an osteum, a coelenteron,
I don't know if I know that word.
Then it says sphincter muscle.
It's gotta shit somehow.
A mesentery, a column, and a pharynx. But I'm like, yo.
To breathe? Wow, that's interesting.
I wonder what these discs are for. These pedal discs.
I don't know. To move, no? Move their little tentacles? Or growth, even, kind of movement? I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know anything about anemones. I didn't even know they could be out of the sea.
Or I think it's a totally different plant outside of the sea. But let's go back and see.
I just have Matt Berry
Anyways.
stuck in my head.
Do y'all know anything about anemones?
I thought you were going to say Matt Berry.
Look, the Japanese anemone.
Wow, like a real plant. That's so
Poppy
cool.
anemone.
That's
wood
crazy.
anemone.
They're like
Poppy
flowers.
anemone. They are flowers.
Oh my god, that's so cool. So are they like water flowers at the same time? They're just like a small garden in the ocean or wherever they live. The sea, I guess.
So, anemone is a flower. A sea anemone
Is
is an animal?
Why do they have the same name?
They didn't say an organism because then they'd both be an organism because they both are an organism. But it says an animal where this flower is called a plant. So it makes me want to think.
Why the fuck do they have the same name? That's like so random. Do they look the same? Do they look alike?
No, not at all.
I mean, I see the flowers, but I guess I don't know what a sea anemone really truly looks like. More like coral, right? Dude, coral is very cool also. It is Pisces season, so we might as well talk about the ocean
We are
and
talking
shit.
about the ocean.
Yeah, I feel like that's appropriate. You put the lime in the coconut and it's all up. You put the lime in the coconut and it's all up. I'm singing that because these are coconut incense.
Sorry,
And they smell really nice.
Drifting off into another search. Saltwater ocean.
What about all oceans is salt water?
Really? So which ones
That's
are
what makes it
freshwater?
an ocean. There's no such thing as a freshwater ocean.
Really?
Yeah. Freshwater is like lakes and like rivers and...
Someone else said that, but then I was like trying to. I was basically correcting them on my ignorance because I was like, I thought there's like sharks that enter into.
Okay, freshwater
Freshwater.
sharks is a thing, but they're like smaller breeds of sharks because they are in smaller bodies of water, I think.
Okay.
I think. Again, I just recall the things I remember. I don't really know everything. If I got it wrong, I got it
which
wrong.
ocean is not salt water? The ice in the Arctic and Antarctica is salt free. I'm assuming because of the glaciers and shit. You may want to point out the four major oceans, including the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. Remember that these limits of the oceans are arbitrary, as there is only one global ocean. Students may ask, what are the smaller saltwater areas called? Is every ocean
Like the
salt
Dead
water?
Sea is really intensely salty,
Each
right?
this reminds me of like this thing I seen where it was just like, you say smaller bodies of water, but then I was just like, I thought it was an ocean where there was like the shark that could enter in between salt and fresh water in the ocean. But then it says here, each ocean has a different salt content, and each ocean is not uniformly salty. Rather, different areas and seas have higher or lower salt levels. On an average, salt water contains 35 grams of salt per kilogram, according to the Scripps Intuition of Oceanography. So, duh, because not necessarily they're mixed, but there's like a transition, because you can see, if you were in fresh water, the difference between salt and fresh water. Like, you were like, I think salt water is heavier, so like you could literally see water in water.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. I feel like the ocean is like outer space, and like
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
maybe leads there. When you think about
When you
it,
die,
kind of like imagine just sinking to the bottom of the ocean. You just end up in another dimension. I've thought about this probably too much.
No, I don't think about it. Like, I'm thinking about it
But-
right now. Like a different dimension. Like, there's parts of the fucking parts. There's depths of the ocean that we cannot reach because our bodies will not allow us. So therefore, it is
Yes,
another
it's like
dimension.
deep space. Yeah, it's very much like deep space. You need a suit to go there. There's a lot of pressure, but like I guess it's the opposite. It's like hella gravity at the bottom of the ocean and no gravity in space. Is that right? Is it what makes you sink? Buoyancy, but like is that technically gravity that pulls you under? No. No? I don't know. Are you a scientist? That would be very convenient.
You say buoyancy.
That's like what makes
the
the thing
density
float. Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Because
Or lack
after
thereof.
after a certain point, scientifically, the lower you get in denser water would just pull you down more because you don't weigh more than the water that's closer to the
Oh,
surface.
so creepy. That shit creeps me out. I know someone who lived in a submarine for a while because, like, whatever, Navy bullshit and shit. That sounds like a fucking, it's crazy, like a nightmare to me. I don't know. Like, being underwater is so the most unnatural thing I could possibly think of. And one of the most terrified ways to die. Because honestly, I'd rather like live in the sky and risk falling to death than like live inside the water and risk drowning to death. And that could be a personal bias for sure.
I mean,
But like not being
true.
able to breathe, at least if you're falling, like this is it, and you get like those 10 seconds of like, or depending on how high up you are, more than 10 seconds to just like exist for those last moments. Whereas if you're drowning, it's like just panic the whole time. Like you can't breathe and you get taken over, and like that just sounds shitty. And I think I'd rather fall. Duh. Not funny.
But what if you were falling into the ocean?
Well, hopefully, I don't know.
Well,
Like,
I
depending
don't
on how
know.
high up.
They say like if you fall onto a body of water high enough,
Right, like
that
we could
it's like
snap your
hitting
neck.
concrete.
Yeah. That'd be crazy, but then for my dead body to sink to the depths of the other dimension would be kind of cool.
Imagine a slide, like a cylindrical tube,
Okay. Straight to the deep
straight into the
space
deep
ocean.
space ocean.
Whew.
But it's able to withstand the pressure. But like, would that change you
Chills.
going down? I feel like it
That'd be
would, because like
nuts.
it'd
I think
be
you'd
cold
feel
as shit.
everything, yeah.
It'd be cold, like as you're falling, you're just getting colder and colder.
Dude, real hell is the depths of the ocean. The ocean floor,
What's funny?
that's hell to me, I think.
What's funny is, you know how, like, have you ever, like, you know what super cold water feels like when you go to turn on the faucet and it's super
Ooh.
cold. So you know, like, when water is super hot and you, like, put your hand underneath there real quick, like, even though it's super hot, it feels like for like a millisecond the sensation is like super cold, you know? Like the shockiness of it is like cold. If that makes any sense. Like if
Your
anyone
hands
has
are
felt
cold
it,
and you go wash them with hot water, it feels cold.
like as a metaphor, it's like
Okay.
you're getting closer to the center of the earth in water, so therefore it's colder because you're farther away from the surface where the sun is. But in the center, it's super fucking hot
Wow, that's so true.
because it's magma.
That's so true.
And then
How does the ocean work in the sense that we can't really get to the depth of it, but we can get to the core from the solid ground? I don't even want to think about that. What the fuck are they telling us? I think the ocean is deep space. I think if you went down there, you'd end up in space, and it's like a built-in human portal. Imagine having to be a creature that lives down there. It's cold, it's dark, it's wet.
You can't see anything,
You
so
can't
no
see
one
anything.
cares how you look.
No one cares that you're just ugly as fuck. No mirrors, because why would you want to see
You got a
that?
fucking nightlight on
It
your
just sounds like
forehead.
hell. If you're lucky, there's like one fish that has a nightlight, and then some of them glow, and it's like
Glow,
cool,
yeah,
you
like
can see,
jellyfish
but
and
everyone
shit.
can see you. So
Yeah.
then they just get eaten. It's just, what a miserable life,
some of
man.
them have like deterrencies. You know.
It just sounds miserable down there. And I pray for all the little creatures. I hope they evolve up someday. I wonder how integral they are to our way of life as an ecosystem.
Here's another reason why I feel like it's like space, because like there's so many organisms outside of space, so we only can barely scratch the surface on finding
Exactly.
out.
And we don't
that,
know
like,
shit about
They say
them.
in the water, they're finding new species every fucking day.
Every day. In and out of water, but yeah, especially
True, because
down
I think
there.
about insects and shit,
Yeah.
but then it's just like mutations
Dude,
and
insects
whatnot.
are clearly aliens. What's with that? Like, they have exoskeletons, for God's sakes. Nothing else on the earth has its skeleton on the outside. Why would you think that is of this earth? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And I could be wrong. Maybe some animals have exoskeletons, but are you a scientist or not? I can't think of any. It's just insects randomly,
I mean,
right?
technically, do we have skeletons on the outside? Okay. No, that was
No,
a dumb
we have
question.
exposed
We do not
skeleton. Yeah, no.
have skeleton, because this is like hardened skin, if you
And
will.
this isn't even the outside.
Right.
It's
But I'm
in my
thinking
mouth.
about like your
It's just
nails.
exposed. It's exposed.
It's
to the
not
skeleton.
bone, though.
It's made from bone, but like it's not actual bone.
Then I think about like hooves.
It's
And,
a good
like,
point, but still not an
tusks.
exoskeleton.
Well, not tusks, but like horns.
It's still not an exoskeleton. It's like a piece of a skeleton,
beak.
arguably. That's still not an exoskeleton. You would
Well,
have
the
to
whole
have
skeleton is
the whole-
not.
That's what I'm saying. Your
Okay,
whole body
but
would
can
be
it be-
covered in your skeleton if it was on the
Okay.
outside, not
True,
just like a
true.
piece of it.
True.
And I don't think beaks are technically bone. So material? Do you call it material when it's
Well,
like
horns
a,
are.
a bone? Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's when the animal dies, it's still part of the skull.
I hear you. Yeah. Okay. So horns. Again, it's an exposed piece of a skeleton. But insects are built way different than everything else on the planet, and everyone thinks birds aren't real. Bitch, look at the insects, okay? It is not the birds that you have to worry about. The fuck are those? But I love spiders, and I never kill them. I don't even catch and release them anymore, man. I just like let them wander. I don't even care. I'm like, eat the other bugs. It's fine. Just please leave me alone. You're living rent free in my
Stay
house.
away
At least
from
you
my
can
ears
do.
and
Yeah.
fucking nose.
Yeah. You know
Mouth.
that whole thing is a myth?
What?
I don't know. When I was a kid, it was the 90s.
What?
And so everyone was like, yeah, every year you consume 12 spiders in your sleep. And it's like, not true. It's like on average maybe 3, if that, pretty much. It's not like
How do
this
you
like
even-
overly common thing.
How do you even
quantify something like that if we didn't know it was happening?
For every person?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess where did I get the bust of the myth from? You're right.
No, I definitely heard
You're
this
right.
as a kid.
Right, but I'm saying the busted version of it. Where did I get that from? Maybe
Right.
Mythbusters. I watched a lot of Mythbusters back then. I guess that was probably not the 90s, was it? Crazy.
What did you call it?
Mythbusters?
Oh, that's what you were saying?
R.I.P. Grant.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know how you would quantify something like that. I mean, would people know that they consume the
That's
spider
like-
and that's how they're like, oh.
This has got to be like a survey. No, not even
No,
a
we
survey
wouldn't
because
know
you're
for
asleep.
sleeping, yeah. But also maybe they're just like on average there's this many spiders per home. No, there's no way to quantify it. It's a bullshit fucking.
Right.
The whole thing is bullshit. There's no way to know how many spiders you've eaten this year or in your lifetime. Like, how would you get that average? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Especially because there's places like Colorado that's just like completely crawling with spiders.
Unless they like...
Literally crawling.
The only way I
with
could think
spiders.
of, which still doesn't make any sense, is just like... It would involve so much like biological money in my head. Like...
What do you mean by biological money?
Like... Biological lab tests money.
Okay. You just skipped words, and I'm like, what's biological money? Like, it's made of human skin. Top quality dollars.
I can branch off into something like that.
Very
But anyways,
human dollars.
It's not like they test the blood of someone or like their saliva and be like, of this species of spider we found in your
Tracks
blood.
and shit,
like,
yeah. You had little
Based on
spider
how
paw
much
prints.
this would equate to this many, like, you know, it's in your DNA now. Like, what the fuck?
Yes.
But biological money, though.
Made from human skin.
It's funny you say that because then I just think about cotton.
You think of cotton? For how did you jump?
Think about it.
Human skin. Cotton.
Picking. Ding, ding, ding. But that was a really far reach.
It's not a far reach, it's just like its own
Very obscure.
thing, yeah.
Like,
Obsessed and so obscure. That was more like the
That
cost
was like a
of
topic.
cotton was the
Imagine a
skin.
book.
Is that what you're saying?
Imagine a book named that. That's
Write it right now.
biological money. About
Cotton picking? It could be a cool historical,
Yeah.
you know,
Or
not
just
cool,
thinking
very
about how,
depressing,
like,
but
the history of America and how it began to begin with free labor.
yeah, the skin of a human is the cost of cotton.
And the rights to, I mean, not the rights, but when they say what country was it that was like slaves and stuff was going down, obviously. And it was just like, once they were free, they fought to be free and had to pay and were declared, maybe it was the U.S., where the slaves, they had to pay back those who were in ownership of them because of how much money they lost from them being free.
Oh, humans are disgusting. It's specifically white people, though, continuously, time after time, as we've learned throughout all of existence, the white people are fucking awful. Happy Black History Month, everyone.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. And to those out there who are of the same ethnicity or different, who appreciate Black History Month.
Yeah. I think you should write a book. Biological money.
Well, I gotta do a whole
Better
lot more
not take the
research.
title. That's fine. That's fine.
A whole lot more, because I'm pretty sure I'm only just scratching
It is a surface.
an idea.
Yeah.
I'm only scratching an idea.
And you heard it here first. This is history in the making during Black History Month. This is Black history in the making in Black History Month.
I literally, like I said, I just scratched an idea. They're just gonna take it.
Nobody's taking that shit. The scientist has no need to write this book. And also, we heard it here
It's
first.
documented.
It's documented.
Right
It's like
here.
it's ours
YouTube
now,
it.
so that's
It's in
cool.
here.
Yeah.
225, 2022. At what time is it?
I don't know.
4:02.
Maybe somewhere.
Only
It's
18
4:20
more
somewhere.
minutes until it's 4:20 here.
Yeah.
But in the meantime.
I just have Matt Berry playing in my head all the time, pretty much.
You know what stuck in my head? I don't even know the lyrics. Time after time.
That's an earworm. That should go on the earworm playlist. Dude, we thought of so many that I never actually put on the playlist. Because I just would forget what I'm doing and shit. But I have to add that to the playlist right fucking now.
Who sings that?
I have no idea. Are you a musician and not a scientist? Who sings Time After Time?
I'm about to look it up.
Well, I'm finding it on YouTube. Oh, Cyndi Lauper, I guess. Okay. The clock ticks and I think of you. Did we put Rickroll on the earworms list?
You had to.
Like, I know we talked about it, but, like, I don't remember if I did it. If you're lost and you look and you will find it. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. We'll be waiting. Time after time.
Yeah, you know a lot more than I do. I feel like I know it in my head, but like as soon as I want to say it,
It is on there. Okay, also, one song I have on this that I'm like, is this an earworm or is it just me? Birthday Sex. We all have collectively been singing that song.
Yeah, that's
Girl,
like singing
you know
Laffy Time. Laffy
Girl,
Taffy.
you know like that shit's catchy as fuck, right?
Girls with the Laffy Taffy. I used to hate that song for like the longest time until it was played out, and then I started liking it.
Oh, I think I loved it always. I kind of don't remember a time. Is that considered an earworm? Or is it not kind of... No.
Not really.
It's good, though. That fucking little, like... Boom, 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 boom. It's very... I like that song a lot. But Who Let the Dogs Out will always take the cake for me. And I think second place... I did not purposely do this, but... Oh, does that count as an earworm,
Not
though?
really.
Not really. That was more sensation. Call Me Maybe. I think that's one of the worst earworms ever, like, since Who Let the Dogs Out.
Oh
So
my
here's
gosh,
my number.
you know what's stuck in my head when you said that?
What?
I want to say it was... Call me if you want to reach me.
If you want to page me, it's okay.
Yeah, what was
The
that,
Kim Possible theme song. And Wuthering Heights is one of the biggest fucking earworms to me. I don't know if that's like a me thing, but I feel like if I even hear Kate Bush's name, I'm like, it's me, I'm Kathy, I'm going.
Easily. You've got that stuff in
Yeah.
my head when I even really...
Know what the fuck it was. Yeah. And yeah, Usher's, yeah.
Oh, that's easily...
It's really good, yeah. I have Gen Gangnam Style on here because I feel like,
Open Gangnam Style.
yeah, dude, that shit was like, that memed itself before memes memed themselves, you know? So, and when it came to MGMT, I felt like they deserved to be on the list. But I went with kids, which is funny because I feel like a trait of earworms is to be particularly upbeat and happy, but kids is kind of depressing.
No, that's not really one of it. I'm just saying like popular stuff of its time now.
Which arguably some of the ones that we recall and the ones we remember are the earworms. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We have Get Back on here because again we all collectively were singing that. Shorty, yeah. Shorty. Was that like little southern accent almost?
It's your birthday.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I would do that. That's so funny to me. I'm gonna make this public now that there's 20 plus songs on there. Yeah, it's like Lola. La 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 la. And there's another pattern is anything that has that kind of like repetitive word or phrase in it is likely on this list. For example, that we've already said, who let the dogs out? They who, or whatever the fuck we literally just said, with the repeated word, and same with the girl, you know, right. Oh yeah, go. That's what it was. So, pretty much all of those. What does the fox say? We all forgot about that because it was the worst earworm you could possibly have because half the song was not a song. I still
didn't even really hear the song.
What does the fox say?
Yeah, a bunch of noise.
And everybody just has like noises stuck in their head. It's like beyond you. That's like a termite. It's like.
But whenever you do that, I just think about which is not even like a song, but it is a song. It's the frog, the crazy frog.
Crazy Frog deserves to be on the list. What the fuck?
How about I'm blue? I'm blue.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh duh. That's like.
What is that?
Eiffel 65. I'm blue. In parentheses, dabba-dee-dabba-die. Yeah. We had the first album. It was pretty good. They had like another song, and I definitely had a crush on the dude with the hair. If you know, you know. Is Axel F the traditional Crazy Frog song, by the way?
What?
Axel F. I'm just gonna
maybe
add it to earworms. Okay. I'm blue. Definitely. Oh, and Mbop is not on there. But yeah, literally all the songs that we're mentioning do have a repeated word, so no wonder they're earworms. They're like, we're gonna make the most annoying, repetitive, anything you can imagine. Ooh, Magic Man. You kind of have a point there, but I feel like, is that a top 40 song?
Yeah,
or an earworm?
That's not an earworm.
It's not really. It just gets stuck in your head because you like it. And they play it a lot. That's the thing. It's almost like they want you to have earworms. What's the one? What is that song called? Birthday? It's your birthday. In the club?
In a club.
Because we have TikTok songs now. There's no more earworms. It's just viral. And it's like, man, no one will ever top the Baha Man. I already did a whole podcast episode about this. I can't. Oh, but you know what? My mic wasn't on the whole time, so I don't think I posted it. So I could talk about this for days. What the Baha Men did is insane. I mean, they were making music. They have been together since 1977.
I remember.
Fuck. What?
I remember.
I don't know. They have like a rotating cast, but the core three of them, yeah. You know, the three on the album cover. 77, and that song came out in 1999. And they were like probably big in the Bahamas or whatever, but like they really did that shit like 30 years in.
Speaking of the Caribbean or down there. Your way to beautiful
Beautiful girls. Yeah, I feel like that. Is that an earworm? I feel like it is.
I thought it was at that time. That shit always
It's got a
got stuck in
repetitive
my
word.
head.
Suicidal, suicidal. Oh, you know what we are forgetting though? This shit is bananas.
Oh, yeah.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Oh, you know what it was for me in high school? I mean, I'm sorry, not high school, middle school, like crazy, but it definitely entered into high school. Was, what's the two twins that were with Pharrell? They were in Nerd.
No idea.
Grinding.
I don't know.
I'm the bakest man. Baking cakes as fast as you can.
Like I know patty cake, yeah, but not that. Also,
Oh, patty cake. I'm the bakest man. Baking up cakes as fast
I
as
have no
something
idea.
like that.
I don't know if that counts as an earworm if I've never heard it. At least on my playlist. No offense.
Bro, I mean, okay, I guess not for everyone, but it was for me.
I just thought of it.
Because everyone, whenever they were beating pencils to make beats, it's all everyone's generic go-to is that every single time.
Okay, but what
100%.
about Flock of Seagulls?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
I was thinking, you know, when you said that, I was thinking, when doves cry.
I don't think that really
It's
is
not
a
an
earworm.
It's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, is that the song that's like... Bam, 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 dun, 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 dun. It's like, it's got the breakdown. That is catchy as fuck. She's never satisfied.
But then I think about,
That's not a bad choice.
love. Wait, no. Love. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Is it an earworm?
it's
I
just
feel
an
like you're
anthem.
straying
It's just
away
an
from
anthem,
this.
I guess.
From the.
I don't know. I'm still stuck on this grinding.
Yeah. It's good. I just added so many songs to the earworm playlist. So excellent. I just think it's really impressive. I don't know who that is. Very precious. Very, very precious. My incense is about to go out.
Yeah, you guys want snacks?
Yeah, right? I might actually hop on and do a little bit of tarot. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like it now.
15 cards.
15? Okay, I'm gonna go draw 15 tarot cards. I'm gonna end this one and I'm gonna hop over to the tarot category if you want to join me. But if not, I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in, my mad scientist musician friend. Have a wonderful, lovely night, and thank you to Bay for being here with me off screen. It's very fun because it's a little treat. And okay, good night. I love you. Good luck, and keep chucking.